Neighbors tell me they saw two men taken to the hospital after a crash in what state police are calling an officer-involved shooting.
Are all the good deals gone before Black Friday even begins? I'll have that story coming up.
We still have the clouds out and about and no rain expected anytime soon. You got to get off into the evening and night to actually see the chance of that. As that front gets a little bit closer. We'll talk about timing on this rain coming up.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant. Barbara has the afternoon off. Here's what's happening at noon. A Kentucky State Police trooper right now investigating a situation, an officer-involved shooting. It happened about 9:30 this morning on Ballard Road in Lawrenceburg. The suspect reportedly led police on a chase before crashing into another car. The suspect was then shot by an officer after he allegedly pulled a gun. WKYT's Victor Puente is live now in Anderson County with the latest breaking details here new at noon. Victor?
Well, Ballard Road behind me is still closed as investigators continue to do reconstruction on this crash and investigate what Kentucky State Police are calling an officer-involved shooting. Now, the vehicles that collided are still here on Ballard Road. Neighbors told me it happened around 8:50 when they heard a crash and then gunshots. According to the Anderson News, a Lawrenceburg police officer was chasing someone from US 27 out here to Ballard Road when that driver hit another vehicle. Neighbors tell me that suspect pulled a gun on the officer after the crash, and that's what led the officer to fire. They say the man in that other vehicle was badly injured and was taken from here by ambulance. That neighbor described the chaos in the moments after the crash.
At first, I heard a big crash. Then I heard a couple of gunshots, about 3 or 4 gunshots. And then I heard a cop say, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." And that's when about everything blew up.
State police say that suspect was also taken to the hospital. We don't have his name yet or an update on his condition. They did tell us that no officers were injured during that shooting. Live in Anderson County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you very much. Now, we've been talking with police in the newsroom as well. Ballard Road near Baxter Ridge Road is expected to be closed for several more hours as they investigate all the circumstances there. Well, if you are planning to do some shopping on this Black Friday afternoon, then you'll really like the forecast. Temperatures creeping back up towards 70 degrees or so, but some big changes are coming for the weekend. Let's go to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live in our First Alert Weather Center with a look ahead. Micah.
Yeah, we spoke this morning about maybe 1 or 2 of us in the viewing area in the far southern zones possibly reaching 70 degrees. Check this out. Monticello, Wayne County. 68 degrees. You go off toward the airport there in Monticello and then work your way over toward Whitley City, Williamsburg, feeling really nice. Most of us there in the low to mid 60s right now, but we're going to finish off in the mid 60s when it's all said and done. It is a nice feeling day again. The difference from today and yesterday, the cloud cover. We have the cloud cover overhead, so it doesn't feel as mild as yesterday, but still really, really pleasant. Heading off into the evening, we're talking about that 6:30 Christmas lighting going on. Yeah, the tree is going to be put up later on this evening. I'll be down there. Hope to see you guys down there. Off into the night and into tomorrow. Here comes that rain. I'll really break down the timing, show you when it moves into your backyard coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you. And many Americans across the country are scrambling to their nearest stores today to find the best possible deals on this Black Friday. But is this National Day of Shopping as important as it once was? WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is at Best Buy with a reaction to that. Michelle?
There were only a handful of people waiting to get in line this morning. That grew to about 100 or so right before the doors opened here at Best Buy. That number still extremely low compared to yesterday. The crowd very small compared to yesterday. Store manager Phil Roll told me close to 800 people waited to come in for Thanksgiving deals. But he expects today's crowd to be bigger as a whole.
I expect today's traffic to be, twice as heavy as yesterday, but it'll come during the day as we continue to be open throughout the day.
Jesus Pinto was one of the first people in line this morning. He said he was surprised by the small group waiting, but he's one of those people who prefers to shop on Black Friday.
I'd rather eat fresh turkey at home, I guess, instead of shopping, so I don't mind the Black Friday thing. It's not too bad.
I know that's been a hot topic for a lot of places, but we have overwhelmingly had great feedback from our customers about being open on Thanksgiving. And, as a company, we feel that right now that is the right thing to do.
Brawl says although the line was shorter this morning than yesterday, Black Friday is still traditionally a popular day to shop.
I think people just kind of have a tradition. They like to get out on Black Friday.
It seemed a lot more tranquil and peaceful coming in. You didn't have to worry about getting pushed or nothing like that. Nobody fighting or nothing. So, I'd rather have it peaceful anyway. So
Jesus was really hoping to pick up a certain TV, but it's sold out on Thanksgiving. That seems to be the new trend. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And Phil Roll says the goal is to keep his customers and employees safe during Black Friday. He says he's been planning for today since July, and he attributes the shorter lines on Black Friday to the strategic planning. Well, Kentucky made the national news today. Black Friday was more like Black Eye Friday over in Louisville. A brawl broke out between two men in the food court. This is in the Mall of St. Matthews. You can see in the cell phone video here the two guys slapping, punching, tearing at each other's shirts. Others jumped in. A couple of others, men moved in, threw a few punches. Eventually, a police officer broke up the fight there in the mall. It's unclear who or what exactly started the fight, or if the two involved will be facing any criminal charges. Now turning to some other news here at midday, police are still searching for the person who carjacked a woman near downtown Lexington overnight. It happened about 12:30 this morning at West 3rd and North Broadway. The woman told police that she saw a man walking down the street, and when she offered him a ride in her rental car, he told her to get out of the vehicle. He then jumped in and drove off. The car was a white Dodge Charger with Georgia license plates. And police are investigating an armed robbery outside a Lexington movie theater. That happened last night outside the Regal Theater in Hamburg. The man told police he was robbed at gunpoint and that the thief took $700 from him. Police do not have a clear description of the suspect, but they say he took off in a white SUV. It also had Georgia tags. The funeral for a little boy who died in a Central Kentucky fire last week is underway here at this noon hour. It is taking place at the First Corinthian Baptist Church on Murray Street in Frankfort. 2-year-old Demetrius Johnson was killed in a massive fire at the Country Hills Apartments. His mother and sister were taken to UK Hospital with serious burns. At last check, they were still in critical condition. What do you do with all that leftover turkey grease? Well, the middle school students at Sayre will take that off your hands. With the help from some UK students, Sayre middle schoolers are collecting the grease from yesterday's turkey feast, and they'll turn it into biofuel. Organizers say this process keeps the grease from clogging up your sink and into a more environmentally friendly disposal.
The students take away a message that there are many uses, ways to recycle different materials and reuse them for a certain purpose.
If you want to get rid of your gobble grease, you still have time. Students will be collecting until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Well, now that another Thanksgiving is in the books, many people are turning their attention straight ahead to Christmas. And while some will spend this weekend hunting for some perfect gifts, others will be looking for a perfect Christmas tree for their home. Barker's Tree Farm on Deer Haven Lane is now open for business. Owner Dave Barker says he spends the entire year preparing for the holidays and making sure that all of his 900 trees are ready to go into living rooms across the state. His trees start at $33, but as the size of the tree increases, so does the price tag. People will be getting into the Christmas spirit in downtown Lexington later today. The holiday season officially kicks off with the Luminate Lexington Festival in Triangle Park. The Holiday Artist Market will kick off at 2 o'clock this afternoon and will be followed by some holiday music, and the tree lighting will be held at 6:30. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey from WKYT and Mayor Jim Gray will be on hand along with Santa to help flip the switch. Well, France honors the victims of the terrorist attacks in Paris at a remembrance ceremony today. We'll take you to the memorial service. It's next on Kentucky's #1 Midday News. Also ahead on WKYT, some of the biggest names in music celebrate the lighting of one of the world's most famous Christmas trees next week. Find out who will perform at this year's Christmas in Rockefeller Center, coming up on WKYT News.